Hey, Ronnie. Good afternoon or good morning to you whenever you're getting this. I want to offer a response to your discussion board post three. I appreciate your stands. And I do want to give you some constructive feedback, and I'm certainly interested in your response. So, if I'm following your thinking, it sounds as though your position is there'll be inherent flaw with most psychological theorists because it can't hold up to biblical truth. Granted, cool. My question to you would be, can that apply in other areas as well? And is it possible for someone to apply psychological tenets in practice or be like the behavior without necessarily subscribing to the complete theory, right? So, for example, I brought this up in class. I'm a behaviorist in practice, although I don't necessarily subscribe to um, uh, who, Ellis's, for example, theory on rational motive behavior therapy and what he thinks about how the implications work with Christians, right, or in Christian counseling settings. No different if we look at the book of Romans, right? Paul talks about the Jews being circumcised, but not adhering to the tenets of being a Christian. No different than people who are uncircumcised, but adhering to the tenets of their practice and beliefs, right? So even from a Christian standpoint, adhering to the beliefs and theory system and practicing can be two different things. And I would challenge you in that I don't know that all psychologists or people within the field of psychology necessarily adhere to whatever all the actual tenets are in theory, but can still practice and utilize those tools in the counseling setting. Your response almost uh, seems to assume or presume that the two can't be separated from one another, but I would understand that when you approach it from the biblical stance, right? Because whatever truth that you have in the Bible, surely you have to adhere to that truth, and that's the only truth there is. So I would be curious whether there can be some reconciliation from that purview with respect to how you see the integration of both psychology and biblical teachings. So anyway, be definitely interested in hearing your feedback, and I certainly appreciate what you posited. I shouldn't leave out when you talked about Rogerian theory. I agree, right? Rogerian theory certainly is a knockoff of what Christ taught, although I don't think that necessarily makes Carl Rogers' position corrupt or in some way disaligned with biblical practices, right? Think by engaging in client-centered focused therapy, you are in some way behaving in a very Christ-centered manner, even if you are aware of it or not. And I think at the end of the day, um, God gets the glory in that because you'll be used as a tool in order to usher someone into what real biblical teaching is. So anyway, that's all my spiel. Love your post. Definitely look forward to your feedback. Take care, man.